Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor. Kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, we got a few interesting moments, viral moment that went viral for not one, not two, but three well-known ministers. You can consider mega pastors, however you want to do it. And it's gone viral. And it's just like, I want to bring up the question, do we have spiritual leaders that are paying more attention on, going viral and hits and, their personal, I don't know, brand more than the calling, the mission, right? Or am I being a little judgmental here? Because we catch, and sometimes they're the same individuals, but we have so many pastors now that they just go viral for these moments, and most of the time is involving money, but also it's involving their style of preaching or style of teaching, right? It's always very iffy. It's an iffy slope. So we're going to talk about that later on. Also, a little more in regards to that controversy surrounding the Target boycott. As you all know, last show we spoken about Pastor Jamal Bryan, who helped lead the boycott, along with Tamika Mallory and Nina Turner, former state senator out of Ohio, Nina Turner. He had said it was over. He faced backlash, and I shared my piece on why folks, I think, are overreacting. And I'm gonna share one of the other leaders from another civil rights group, what she had to say, and we'll play that clip a little later on for you. Also, NBC Universal has recently let go of 3 of their popular programs: Access Hollywood, the Steve Wilkos Show, as well as Camaro, I believe that's how you pronounce Caramo. No, I had it right the first time. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. In addition to all of that stuff, look, would you be interested in witnessing a Super Bowl halftime show performed by a gospel artist? Think about it. At the Super Bowl, and everybody having a praise break, doing the having a praise break during Super Bowl halftime. I don't know. It'll be interesting. So a name that has been added to the list, at least social media, Kirk Franklin. Excuse me. Kirk Franklin, multi-time Grammy Award winning music icon. I wouldn't even put him in just a bubble of gospel, because he's worked alongside artists of all genres all across the world, and he is a true treasure to the world of music. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it later on in the show. And if we have time, I would also like to discuss a Commonwealth attorney who was a friend of the show, a friend of mine, Ramin Fadahi. He serves as the Norfolk Commonwealth Attorney in Norfolk, Virginia. And recently, and we've all saw it on the national news, we first heard it here locally, but one of our local universities, Old Dominion University, tragically had a horrific incident, a terrorist attack incident, wounding, as of right now, the information I have, wounding 2 individuals, killing the one victim happened to have been the ROTC instructor, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw. And prayers go out to his family and the victims who were wounded, and really just anyone who has ties to Old Dominion, because this is a still a recovering thing, and it's very just it's sad. It's the world we live in. This exists, and it's extremely unfortunate. Now Ramin Fadahi had faced backlash after his comments he made during the press conference. So we have a clip that we'll share that with you later on in the show. So we got a lot to on tap for you all. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune in to the Arrington Gavin show. You could be doing so many other things with your precious time, but the fact that you said, well, look, let me take the time and see what Arrington is talking about, I truly appreciate it. And yeah, I just, like I said, I appreciate it. We're growing each and every day in viewerships and subscribers, and we hope to continue to give you great content that is worth your time. So we thank you for that. Ways you can tune into the show. We drop new episodes Monday through Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, our YouTube channel, The Arrington Gavin Show, which I hope you are subscribing to, or if you haven't done so yet, please do, and share with a friend, share with family. We drop new episodes weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, as well as on podcasts. So wherever you get your podcast platforms, that could be iHeart, Apple. What else do we have? Spotify. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Also, excuse me, I got some in my throat. Also, you can listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our affiliates, KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM, Las Vegas. You can tune into the show Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific. Again, that's on KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM, Las Vegas. Then we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, where you can chime in weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to the Arrington Gavin Show. And then lastly, we're going to head over to the city, the one of my favorite cities, New Orleans. WBOK 1230 AM. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. And then before we head to a break, you can also check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on Goatverse TV. Okay, Goatverse TV. If you have not downloaded the app yet, please do so. It's a wonderful app filled with so many great content programs, including yours truly. And so that's just more, another avenue where you can watch the show. Before I move forward, though, I got to tell y'all something, because I got a vent. I cannot stand, and I'm guilty for doing this, because my wife always is. Sometimes when my wife is with me and we might grab something, drive through, my wife is the first person to or really is the only person in our household that is like, when she receives the food, she takes her time and checks to make sure every single thing. And me, I'm always like trying to be cursive, like, nah, come on, let's go, we got our food, let's bounce this back. We waiting in this line, people are behind me waiting to get their stuff, let's just keep the line moving. And so that being said, I never look in the bag once they give it to me through the little drive-through booth. I just keep on going. So earlier this morning, I went to a spot, and I'm not going to call out any names because I don't want no trouble. But, I went to a spot, grabbed some breakfast, which I really don't. I'm not a morning eater. I love breakfast food, but I'm not a morning eater. When it's a day that I know I'm pretty much open, and I'm not as busy and tied up with stuff, then I'm like, okay, bet, let me go grab something, because best believe I'm going to get moving and working and this and that and the other, and I'm going to lose track and be like, oh man, I got to eat something, so let me try and put something on my stomach. So went to the spot, and I ordered like 2 breakfast sandwiches and what did I order? 2 breakfast sandwiches, 2 fruit cups, 2 orange juice, and 1 order of like these another order of almost like these little mini bite-sized looking, they look like little mini chicken biscuits. Okay, just because I'm like, okay, if it's not enough, we can, share off this little, and there's like little things, because I'm, like I said, I'm a bulky, I like to eat. Anyways, I grab the stuff, keep going. When I get home, I realize, I'm like, damn it, they forgot one of the sandwiches. And you either got 2 things. You can go through the line and be like, hey, look, my receipt says this and I didn't get that, or you keep on moving. Now, you're probably saying, Arrington, I know you went back and because you paid for it. I hope you went back. And y'all, I didn't. I'm already home. I was tired. I did not feel like going back out in the line. Luckily, I kind of stretched out and got something extra, which I really shouldn't, but I did anyway. So I was like, okay, I'll just eat that and this, and as long my wife got her meal, this and the other, okay, good. I got mine. Put something in my stomach, we're good. But I was a waste of my money, and I'm so frustrated because it's like, it was a lesson learned for me, telling me that I need to start checking the bag 24/7. Like when I'm in line, ignore people behind you. No, you go ahead and check that bag before you keep moving, because you don't want, look, I don't know if you realize, but this is not the right time to start just wasting money. I know we've all been seeing those gas prices, grocery prices, mortgages, car payment, the whole 9 yards, And look, I just opened up the new business last November, and so I'm being very cost effective with my spending, right? Because at the end of the day, when you open up a new business, sometimes businesses can either take off very, very quick, or you can move very, very slow. But at the end of the day, payments need to be paid. This and the other needs to be paid. So it's a lot. I just had to vent that off with y'all, because I was just like, And of course, I didn't let my wife know, because she would have been the first to be like, you need to go get it. And I'm like, no, I want to eat my food. I want to get back to bed. I'm tired. But again, lesson learned. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere, and do me a favor, please don't change that dial.
6'10", number 1 pick, 16 seasons, college player of the year, all-rookie standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
Welcome back to the show, my friends. Welcome back. Well, let's get it going with our first convo here. As I mentioned earlier, I asked you all the question, would you be interested in tuning into a gospel Super Bowl halftime show? Would you want to see a gospel artist perform the Super Bowl halftime show? Now, the Super Bowl halftime is a very, very, very important performance, right? Because I'll be honest, I have a lot of folks in my family that do not watch sports at all, but they watch Super Bowl. Why? Because of the halftime shows. They want to see the halftime shows. They don't. It's not the fact. Look, it's not the fact they want to see the commercials, because commercials are always, which commercials have been kind of blah for the past, I don't know, maybe a few Super Bowls, maybe more than that. I don't know. Could be me, but the Super Bowl commercials haven't been that great. But now the halftime shows have been pretty decent, right? So obviously we're coming off of a record-breaking halftime show. Bad Bunny killed it in the ratings. Before that, you had Kendrick, who killed it in the ratings. Before Kendrick, who did you have? Did you have who was the halftime show before that? Was that Snoop, Dre, Eminem, and all them? Maybe it was before that one. But we've had some really great. The Weeknd's done a great performance. Rihanna, no, it might have been Rihanna. That was before Kendrick. But we've had some pretty solid shows, right? Never gospel. And it's interesting because for as long as gospel has been in existence, and you look at it like this, Super Bowl halftime shows have hosted country singers, rappers, rock stars, Latin music stars, right? Those are really the four that I can think of, and R&B, if you can, we think about R&B, pop. So at least 5-6 of those genres, not gospel. Why is that? You think? Why is that? Now, I can easily, answer saying, well, not everybody in America are Christians. Now, Christianity is the largest, I would say, supported religion in America, right? You have Christianity used, in my opinion, sometimes as a prop in the political space, because you have, the Republicans inherit that as like their religion and saying you can't be Christian and Democrat. It's unreal. So that's why I said on the political space it gets used as a prop. But really, the background of the U.S. supports Christianity, one nation under God. All right, so that's the religion that's always been more, I would say, popular, right? More supported compared to all the other religions. That being said, gospel is also a very it is a lucrative genre, but not as lucrative as those other ones that I just named. Pop is always going to be the most, then hip hop, I would say, and then country. And folks can maybe disagree with with the order I place that in, but they don't look at gospel as being that popular, that lucrative. I mean, look at how many number of gospel artists perform during the Grammys, right? What's the viewership ratings when you air gospel themed award shows like the Dove Awards, like the Stella Awards, compared to other award shows? How many gospel artists have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I mean, the list goes on and on. How many gospel artists has been acknowledged at the Kennedy Center Honors? So I say all that to say, Kirk Franklin, who is a multi-time award-winning artist, multi-Grammy award-winning artist. I mean, he's a gospel legend, but to me, he's also a music icon. Okay, because he's respected in all genres. He's worked with gospel artists, secular artists. He's did collaboration. I mean, he's worked with Kanye, Bono, Mary J, R. Kelly, I know I'm blanking on some. He's worked with everybody. He's worked with everybody. You hear me? So he shared this on his social media, and it had the world asking, what about a gospel halftime show with Kirk Franklin?
Somebody asked a question online. Would I ever do a Super Bowl performance? Not by myself. I'd be too scared to do it by myself. I mean, maybe if we put together like a squad, you know what I mean? Kind of like a gospel Avengers type of moment, you know, kind of like how Snoop and Dre with Kendrick and, you know, M, you know what I'm saying? Fitted, like that was fire. So maybe, you know, who would you like to see in that gospel Avengers moment during Super Bowl? If you include me, that'd be really sweet. I'd really appreciate it, but I ain't going to. I can't do it by myself. But who else could you see as the Gospel Avengers Super Bowl 2020?
Hey, let me tell you something. That was a smart way of basically you saying, let me put my chances out there. Let me promote myself, okay? Because what he just did was one, you know, he got the crowd thinking, and because look, the Super Bowl halftime show has always been a performance where people are like saying this will be great, but I think if such and such would have done this, it would be even better. If so, like as of right now, the name that has circulating the most is Chris Brown, because Chris Brown is a very talented entertainer. His tour shows have been going viral, just the theatrics and everything. And he sings, he dances, he's phenomenal. Now, going back to Kirk Franklin with the halftime, I would like to see this, but maybe I'm biased because, hey, I'm a Christian. I'm a huge Kirk Franklin fan. Recently, my wife and I, we attended one of his concerts, the reunion tour, and it was him alongside alongside the Clark sisters, Yolanda Adams, Fred Hammond, Marvin Sapp, Kiara Kiki Sheard. I mean, it was a moment. It was you would not have been walked in there and be like, I'm at a gospel concert. Like it started at 7. I think we didn't leave until like 12 something. It was awesome. Okay. And I felt a little awkward though, because you know, the venue was selling alcohol, and I was like, I feel weird having a bourbon while I'm listening to gospel music. Like, maybe I felt a little judged. But thou shalt not judge. Don't worry, I wasn't drunk or anything. No, I'm joking. But no, I was not. I was having a wonderful time. But seriously though, great wise on performance, Kirk Franklin is a performer, right? He is a performer. He gets the crowd going, energy, all that great stuff. And he's absolutely right. He's like, look, because Kirk Franklin can't sing worth a lick. You heard that voice. Let me tell you something, Judge. Would I do a Super Bowl halftime? Not by myself. Do you want a revolution? Don't you ever? All right. Are you what, man? Okay. That's my Kirk Franklin impersonation. But long story short, Kirk Franklin can't sing, so he's absolutely right. He's gonna need some help on that stage. Fred Hammond has hits. Maybe someone, you know, as far as for gospel artists that is known, that can, you know, I don't want to see slow songs during the halftime. We need energy. So Kirk Franklin, obviously. I would say, you know, Ty Tribbett, but a lot of folks don't. I mean, and no disrespect to Ty, but I would have to, in comparison to the number of people like, oh wait, who should do it alongside with him? As far as to celebrate gospel music and to really show the respect of gospel, you would have to have the Clark sisters, in my opinion. Fred Hammond for sure. Throw a little bit of commission, so you can put in Marvin Sapp, because let's be honest, Never Would Have Made It is a international success. I mean, who else would go up there? Because I just named maybe like 4. Because I mean, Kurt has so many damn hits, man. He has so many hits. Now, this would be dope if one of his hit songs that was a little slow. I forget the name, and put in the comment section if you can, help me with this. But he did a song with Bono. He did a song that featured Bono, R. Kelly, Mary J. Blige, and it was another lady. Now, if he brings on, like, say, Bono and Mary J. Blige and kind of invent that moment, that music video, that'll be dope. That'll be dope because everybody knows who Bono is. Everybody knows who Mary J. Blige is that are not average listeners of the gospel genre. But I think it'll be quite interesting. But that's if society will accept it, right? Are they going to get much backlash if they say, hey, look, Kirk Franklin's going to be performing Super Bowl halftime show? Is that going to get as much backlash as Bad Bunny did? Let's see how they will abide by that, how the right will respond to that. All right, let me digress from this, but great, that was whoever asked that question, smart, very smart, because that's a great question. Let's go ahead and stay here. We're gonna stay in the faith-based section of the show, and there was some viral moments. I mentioned a few ministers had gone viral on social media, and we're gonna talk about them. All right, we're gonna talk about them pastors out there trying to do the Lord's work, but I don't know. Sometimes they make it more about themselves more than they do about God. Let me go ahead and share one clip. This was Pastor Michael Todd. Have y'all heard of Michael Todd? Todd is based out of, I believe, Oklahoma. Let me see here. He is the senior pastor of lead pastor of Transformation Church in Tulsa. Yes, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, Michael Todd has great messages. Don't get me wrong. He is a solid cat, but he has been known to do some very off the wall viral moments. Because it was one thing that I was just completely like, I stopped watching him because of that. And what he demonstrated, the moral of the story was, God healing the blind, right? Turn the blind man, and now he could see. And in the Bible, there's again, I'm not a Bible thumper, so I'm trying to remember the story, but in the word, it says, God had grabbed dirt. He spit in that dirt, rolled it up, basically like, massaged that in his hand, and then wiped it on the blind man's eyes, and then told the man to rinse his eyes out with water. And when the man rinsed his eyes out, he could see. Now, I could be a little off on that story, but Michael Todd did. This man what he did was do a Ace Ventura loogie spit, okay, in his hand. He's there like the whole, all of that stuff, spit in his hand, and then wiped it on a person on stage to demonstrate that same thing. Taking it too far, buddy. Taking it too far. You did not have to do that whatsoever at all. You could have poured water in your hand. You could have pretend spit and just said, hey, look, he hit. Like, no, you instead do the whole. He's done, so he goes above and beyond with the demonstrations and examples. I'm just like, everybody's trying to be famous. Everybody's doing too much. Everybody's just doing too much. So recently, he went viral because he shared a few choice words while delivering a sermon on his pulpit. Okay, the moment quickly sparked debate, with some people defending his approach to reach modern audience, while others believe the pulpit should remain as a place of reference and careful speech. Here's a clip right here.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. His broke ass, po ass. You know what I'm saying. Don't settle for them. Cheap ass. Don't settle. Make sure he respect your ass. As A-Z. Respect. A-Z.
And look, I get it. I'm not trying to be all, uptight here and stuff like that. Like, he's being funny. Every pastor, wants to be a little comical on the pulpit because, hey, they're talking to people and, for an hour and some change every Sunday. Okay, multiple times on a Sunday. And he still has to, have a stage presence, right? And look, a lot of folks are defending, saying they understand exactly what he's saying. But again, I feel like it's in respect of the pulpit. Like, you have to be careful, especially, when you AZZ. All right. And so it's a lot. It's a lot to tap in there. So that's one individual. Here is another individual. Gentleman is Pastor Ed Ben Connor. And he went viral after he reinforces the message of giving to the Lord first for financial increase, says he'll take care of everything else. And this was his demonstration of that. Let me find that clip for you all.
I pay. My tithe is what? 100. So, man, I got to pay my daycare. They're going to kick my kid out. Here we go. All right. Oh, also, I need to pay my phone bill because T-Mobile about to cut me off. Grocery. Ooh, I got my kid's hungry. Oh, the Lord. Oh. Here's the Lord. Here's your $100, Lord. Thank you. And then here's my mortgage payment. Now, you say, well, Pastor, that's good. That's not good. Now, see, here's the difference. I'm helping somebody right now, because if you just switch the order, you will see some increase come. Most people do what I just did. Watch this. They gave a tenth to the Lord, but they didn't do it first. We gave him a tenth, but this is how you can give a tenth and not give it first. But the scripture says the first one is what? So I done gave my money to somebody, holy money. I done gave it to the phone bill people. And you only give the 10th first to somebody who can bless you. So let me give me my money back. Give me that. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, this is what should have happened. So who should I give to first? The Lord. Switch places with somebody, Lord. So it don't matter where the Lord is on this. What matters is if whatever comes out first belongs to who? Okay, so here you go, Lord. And so watch this now. As I begin to pay other things, and let's say now it looks like I'm coming up short, God is obligated at that point to supply all of my need, because he's supposed to do that because I've honored him with the first.
Okay, so risk getting evicted. Risk, and I'm not trying. I hope I'm not trying, offending folks that are also followers of Christ, because I am myself too, and I make sure I do my part on tithing, right? And I get it. Tithing can be a questionable kind of thing to some that might not understand fully, because that's always just a touchy subject, right? Giving your money to, because a lot of pastors don't always have good reps or reputations, and a lot of churches as well don't have good reputations. But it's what I would say. I think I can see exactly why people are frustrated, because what that man is inciting is, hey, give it to me first, and he will bless you, for the rest. But again, I'm also a realist. Okay, you're risking getting evicted, not paying your mortgage or your rent, not paying your phone bill, so now you don't have access to a phone. Like, come on, dude, come on. Now, if you just would have said, hey, look, make sure I don't actually no, I take that back, because I was gonna say no. They still need to focus on those bills, because you got to be wise too. You got to be very wise. Last video I will share with you. is a pastor where didn't really say anything that kind of I don't think that frustrated me at all. I kind of agree with him with this. So this pastor right here, he was just saying too much weed in church. Chicago pastor John Hanna calls out musicians, pastors, and churchgoers who smoke and smell like weed at church. I thought this was hilarious. So that's the main reason why I want to share this third one. The first two, questionable. But this one right here, I actually thought was pretty comical.
Hey, so I'm sitting in the lobby of the church, just sitting here having a Hannah moment. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been coming to some events, and I'm walking in the rooms where the musicians are, and I smell weed. I'm sitting in the audience, and I'm watching singers get up, and I see weed. I'm even looking at some preachers, and I see weed. He said, you shall be endued with power from on high. And my biggest fear is that many of you all are leaning more towards the weed than you're leaning into God to get the power. This is scary. You look like it, you smell like it, and no one's saying anything. I'm just putting it out there. You're not tricking a lot of people.
All right, let me stop him right there because we got some other stories I want to share. But I just thought that was funny because first of all, I thought that was really funny. But you know why I kind of agree with him, because I feel like it's a broader picture. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a supporter for cannabis. I do believe that it has medical benefits to it. I wish it was more under the, I support it medically. I will say that. Now, as far as for just your everyday thing, I'm not going to sound like a hypocrite here, because look, I enjoy bourbon. I enjoy, a drink or two here and there, obviously, kicking back with friends, family. I enjoy a cigar, about a couple times a month. Right. I enjoy my moments. So why can't folks enjoy their cannabis? Right. My whole thing is I just can't stand the damn smell. God bless. Cause when you smell it, oh, that thing smells so hefty. Okay. It smells so heavy. And it is just it reeks. It's very potent, it's very heavy. And I don't know, I just got something that came into my, excuse me. And so, yes, if you're going in a place of worship or a place of business and you reek of weed, yes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say something. Well, if it's my place of well, no, I won't. Let me. I'm not trying. I don't want to be a Karen here. Come on, Arrington. I will just say that I'm not a fan of it. There we go. Let me leave it at that. I'm not a fan of it when I'm in. I can't help it if I'm in a public place. But it is a bit off-putting if you're in a place of worship, people are sitting next to you, and then they gotta, they have to ingest that whole smell, and knowing damn well the person that's consuming it, you smell it on you, right? You smell it. Yeah, I know you used to, but you smell it. And other people are just like, because you would have an issue if somebody came in there humming. And what I mean by humming is smelling stank. Okay, not bathed. They might be dressed to impress, but not shout. You would make a face. You would want to move. You might not say anything directly to them to offend them, but you would be like, you won't be happy about it. So yeah, it could be off-putting for a pastor, right? This is a pastor talking about, in church, but look, I smell it when I'm just driving the car, and I have my windows closed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody either in front of me or behind me got that thing reeking weed. I'm talking first thing in the morning. I'm like, good gracious. But that being said, though, I'm not against it being legalized. So for all you, cannabis supporters and experts and advocates, look, don't be mad at me. I ain't saying abandon. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. If y'all had an unscented one, hey, do all enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Let's see here. Let me digress from this, and we're gonna head over now into the entertainment space. recently, I don't know if y'all heard, but there was not one, not two, but three shows, three popular programs from NBC Universal that was announced that was being canceled. And people are like, wait, what? Yep, it's true. So those shows are, let me pull up my tablet here. And this is reported by the Hollywood Reporter that Access Hollywood, the Steve Wilkos Show, and Karamo, is that Karamo? Yeah, Karamo has been canceled. It says here that NBC Universal will no longer produce first-run syndicated TV programming, ending productions of shows like Access Hollywood, Access Live, Karamo, and the Steve Wilkos Show. So you got right there Karamo, which Karamo is one of the guys from what's the show called Queer Eye. He took the time slot or took the place of Maury after Maury Povich announced he was retiring. Now you have you also have Steve Wilkos, former bodyguard or security for the Jerry Springer Show, turned success with his program that's been on for ages. And you also have well, I already mentioned Access Hollywood. You got Mario Lopez. I don't know the other three folks there, but yeah, that's has been let go. Karamo and Steve Wilkos have both completed a production with the new episodes that have been taped airing through the summer. Access Hollywood and Access Live will continue production through the summer before ending their run. Quote here is shared. NBC Universal is making changes to our first run syndication division to be aligned with the programming preferences of local stations, said by Francis Berwick, chairman of Bravo and Peacock Unscripted for NBC Universal. In a statement, the company will remain active in distribution of our existing program library and other off-network titles, while winding down production of our first-run shows. These shows have provided audience with great talk and entertainment content for many years, and we're very proud of the team behind them. Access Hollywood had been in production for nearly 30 years, with its first episodes airing in September of 1996. Mario Lopez, Kit Hoover, Scott Evans, and Zuri Hall, all of the show's current hosts. Karamo is hosted by, as I mentioned, Queer Eye veteran Karamo Brown, and began production in 2022. Steve Wilkos is hosted by Wilkos, the former security guard for Jerry Springer, the late great Jerry Springer. His show has served as something of a successor of the Springer program and has been in production since 2007. Now, the two talk shows are produced at NBC Universal Stanford Studios facility in Stamford, Connecticut, and the company is expected to vacate the building later in the year. I tell you, man, these cutbacks. This is also the same company that is announced the ending of the Kelly Clarkson Show. Talk shows generally, says, have been coming under both financial and competitive pressure with rising costs, waning demand, and increased competition from the other platforms. Video podcasts in particular have filled some gap, have filled some of the gap, picking up more celebrity interviews, investigating true crimes, and tackling many of the same subjects as their TV predecessors at a fraction of the price. Oh, so what you're saying is like, I'm the reason these shows are getting canceled? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Let me stop. Let's see here. Yeah, I really don't. I mean, these folks are successful. Rich, opportunities will occur to them. Kamaro's probably gonna do something in the digital space. Likewise, Mario Lopez got just as many jobs as Ryan Seacrest, so he'll be all right. Wilkos been on TV forever. He'll be all right. Everybody's gonna be fine. Okay, let's go ahead and take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to the show. So, want to get it going with another story here, and we'll probably end it with this one too, because I know this is gonna stretch. So, I've recently, this occurred March 12th of this year. There was a very tragic incident that occurred at Old Dominion University, located in Norfolk, Virginia. Old Dominion hits home for me because it is a local university in my home area of Hampton Roads. It is a great campus, great university. So many great folks have graduated from there. Everything is just awesome. They had a terrorist attack that occurred, and it occurred at one of their buildings. I'm giving you just some information that I have so far. Happened around 10:40 to 10:15 a.m. 2 people were injured. 1 person killed. The shooter, was killed. Federal authorities, including the FBI Joint Terrorist Task Force, are still investigating this incident as an act of terrorism. Now, what we have so far is that this occurred in an ROTC class. He reportedly confirmed that it was an ROTC class and then began to open fire. Witnesses and investigators say he shot out a phrase that a term of terrorist phrase before shooting, and the attack shot several people in the room before ROTC cadets fought back and subdued him, ultimately killing him and stopped the attack before police arrived. Before I move forward, thoughts and prayers to those that was in the room, and also just what true American heroes, okay? What true American heroes? These kids are preparing to graduate, okay? You telling me, and you ain't telling me they're not prepared, okay? They should receive an honor from Washington right now, in my honest opinion. But it's sad that they had to go through that towards the end of their college career. That's extremely sad. Also, for the anybody that has ties to Old Dominion, it's a very, very tragic story that or incident that happened. The one individual victim who was killed, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, Army veteran and ROTC instructor at Old Dominion. He was a decorated helicopter pilot who served in multiple U.S. military operations. There were 2 other students in the ROTC program who were injured. One of them was initially in critical condition, the other treated and released. So, again, this is information I have right now. Now, suspect, they had his name, Mohammed Belar Hala, 36 years old, former Virginia Army National Guard member, previous convicted of attempting to support ISIS, served years in federal prison and was released in 2024. Now, investigators say he earlier expressed interest in carrying out a terrorist attack similar to the Fort Hood shooting. Now there is a new development saying that the U.S. Department has charged a man with illegal selling the gun used in the attack to the suspect. This reported by the Associated Press. Even though the suspect was a felon prohibited from owning firearms. Now, they had showed videos of a gentleman being put in custody. Gentleman looked like he was, wearing a white black coat, and so a lot of folks were confused. They're like, "Wait, I thought the suspect was subdued," and nothing was really shared too much on the other individual. So it was like, wait, is this a joint mission or something? So that being said, there was a multiple press conferences. You had one from the campus police chief, the president of Old Dominion, and then also FBI officials and the Commonwealth Attorney of Norfolk, Ramin Fadahi, who Ramin is a buddy of mine. He has been on he's been on this show before, and we are working on having him back on. He was a part of that press conference, and this is what he had to say that received some backlash by a lot of publications. This made national news. So here's what Ramin had to say about the incident.
This is not an ODU problem. This is a national sickness. We live in a country where people care more about guns than they care about 6-year-old children.
Derek, if you don't mind, I'd like to follow up on your question.
I'm constrained in what I can say about the facts of the case, but I can speak a little bit more freely about the bigger questions. I know Garrett Shelton, and I've known him for a long time. I've known Mark Talbot, and I've known him for a long time. These men work every day to make people safe. The people are as safe on the ODU campus as anywhere, arguably safer than in other parts of Norfolk. This is not an ODU problem. This is a national sickness. We live in a country where people care more about guns than they care about 6-year-old children. They care more about guns than they care about synagogue worshipers, and they care more about guns than they do about college students. What that means is that it does not matter how hard President Hemphill works, how hard the chiefs work, somebody will be a victim eventually. It is a matter of time. And until there is the political will to break the spell of the cult of gun absolutism, you will see more incidents like this. So if you are looking for somebody to blame, don't look at anybody up here. Look at our lawmakers who don't have the courage to implement sensible gun control measures. Look to a Supreme Court that enables them, and do something about it. So that is the lesson. This is not an ODU problem.
Now, the reason why I played that is because, again, I mentioned Ramin has been facing backlash on those comments, mainly from folks on the right, because Ramin is very open about his views. He's, and I shared on the show, I mean, he is a progressive, right? And he's serious about his stances, and he is unapologetic about it. That being said, the right has been criticizing him, making it like, hey, look, why are you making this political? This and the other. You rather, blame this typical such and such and yada, yada, yada. And what I would say is this. What Ramin is saying is not false, right? Obviously, my stances on guns. I'm all for protecting your household. I personally just think when it comes to the number of semi-automatics that you own, you can still own them, but it's like, why do you need a plethora of weapons in your home, right? If you just one person, I mean, seriously, it just raises questions. That's all I'm asking. It's I get it. You have the right to do whatever you want in your home and this and the other, and you can always say, well, I love to collect them. Well, check this out. Is it wrong to have, and this is just my quick suggestion before, because I don't have too much time in the show, but is it too wrong to say, hey, look, I have a bunch of weapons. I use them at the range. Why don't I leave my semi-automatics at a gun club, right? Where I go and I, use them, sport them, all that good stuff. I come in from time to time, check them. But in my house, I have what's legal, and that could be whether it's a rifle or a shotgun, right? Because you hunt with a shotgun, right? I didn't know you can have these ARs while you hunt. I didn't know you can take out animals like that. I thought that was against the law. So it's like when you have so many of them, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. But hey, y'all can, most people don't agree with that. So that being said, I hear what Ramin is saying, having stricter protocol, but I just think, for one, the timing was a little bit sensitive. 2, I'm a realist. I feel like this has been a back and forth discussion since I've been tuning into news and politics, right? This is always going to be a back and forth thing. Like you can continue to say we're going to have stricter protocol, but at the end of the day, criminals they're going to do what they can to get their hands on guns. I mean, that's just the way it is. You can have restrictions, this and that. They will still, if their motive is to break the law, guess what? What's going to stop them from breaking the law again? Like, to me, I just feel like it's the whole LeBron and Michael Jordan debate, right? It's a never ending conversation between both sides, and at the end of the day, what they've been said is that some person had sold this guy the gun. Okay, I think the question is, there's going to be so many questions. Folks are saying, well, what's the acceptance rate? How was he accepted, and with a background like that, and why was everybody unaware? And he was in the ROTC because this shooter was a student, by the way, but again, I mean, I'm running low on time because I would love to talk a little more about this, but I bring this up because Ramin has been a big talk of stories. I mean, real quick, Fox News reported Soros-backed DA sparks backlash after blaming Old Dominion shooting on pro-gun lawmakers. And then he calls gun violence a national sickness. Hey, I'm not all the way disagreeing with Ramin on again, here in America, we do live in a gun culture, gun happy society. We do. Guns are a popular thing. It's very lucrative. The NRA is a very highly profitable company. Okay, organization. It is very, very, very profitable. Hell, they run majority of the Republican Party. Okay, so I get the questioning, but I think at the end of the day, I think for me timing might have not been the best, but hey, I'll ask Ramin when he's on here, because like I said, he's a buddy of mine. I will have the conversation with him, and we hope to have him on very soon. My friends, my time is running so short. I wish I'll probably continue talking a little bit more on the next show, but as always, thank you for tuning in. Y'all take care, stay safe out there, stay informed, continue to stay informed, because we got a lot of stuff happening in our world today, and you have to stay informed and not stay like out of the know. Don't be like clueless on what's going on. Don't be lost. No, you have to be aware and always stay informed, and not just on one partisan side. You gotta check out both sides. In my opinion, you gotta check out both sides, because neither other side. I gotta talk to you soon. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.